Something is about to happen that has never happened in the history of digital advertising. Facebook is going to knock Google off the throne. Not hypothetically, not maybe someday in 2026, this year. For 14 straight years, Google has been the undisputed king of digital ad revenue. No one came close, not even a conversation. That ends this year. If you run a home service business and you're still treating Google Ads as your only growth channel, you need to understand why this is happening, because it tells you exactly where the opportunity is right now before everyone else figures it out. And in this video, I'm going to show you what's really driving this shift, what it means for your business, and what you should be doing about it before your competitors catch on. Let's get into it. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our weekly contractor marketing content. Let me give you the numbers first so you understand the scale of what we're talking about. Meta, which owns Facebook and Instagram, is projected to generate $243 billion in ad revenue in 2026. Google is projected to hit $239 billion. $4 billion separates them. That doesn't sound like much until you understand that Google has held the top spot for 14 straight years. Now here's the important thing I want you to understand before we go any further. Google is not collapsing. Google is still growing. Search revenue grew 90% year over year in early 2026. YouTube continues to climb. This is not a story about Google dying. This is a story about Meta growing faster. Much faster. Meta at 24% annually, Google at 12%. But here's what those numbers actually mean for you as a contractor. The platforms where your customers spend their attention just shifted. Ad dollars follow attention, and if your marketing budget has not shifted with it, you're fighting yesterday's battle with yesterday's weapons. That's a real story here, and it's been building for years. Let me tell you what actually happened to Google over the last 6 or 7 years, because this didn't happen overnight. There was a time not long ago when Google Ads was a genuine opportunity for local contractors. You could run a campaign, get solid leads, keep your cost per acquisition at a number that made real business sense. That window closed. Picture this. You're running Google Ads. 2 years ago, your cost per lead was $80. You were closing jobs. The math worked. You were happy. Then it started creeping up. $100, $120, $150. Now you're spending $10,000 a month and closing 2 or 3 jobs from it. And you're not even sure anymore if the leads are getting worse or if it's because more expensive to get the same ones. That is not bad luck. That is the market. Here's what happened. Private equity moved into home services in a massive way. These companies came in with acquisition capital, built out marketing teams, and one directive: they buy market share on Google. Fast. They don't watch margins the same way you do. They are spending to dominate, and they did. Cost per click on roofing keywords in competitive markets is now over $100 per click sometimes. HVAC replacement terms push $250 in some markets. You need a massive budget just to generate enough volume to get the data you need to compete. That's a problem. Problem 2 is Google itself. If you ever sat on a call with a Google rep, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All they push is Performance Max. Performance Max is Google's AI-driven campaign that automates almost everything. And on the surface, the numbers look great. Your reps show you your dashboard, $12 per lead, $15 per lead, volume is up, leads are up, but here's what they're not showing you. Revenue. Contractors running Performance Max are seeing leads counts go up and close revenue stay flat or go down. Their leads are cheaper because the quality is lower. They're getting form fills from people who aren't ready to buy, tire kickers, wrong service areas, people who submitted a form on 3 different websites. Performance Max optimizes for what Google can measure, lead form submissions. It cannot optimize for whether that lead turns into a booked job or a closed contract. And Google reps have a quota. Their job is to increase your spend. Performance Max increases spend. So that's what they sell every single call. The result is contractors spending more money, getting more leads on paper, and scratching their heads wondering why revenue didn't move. Then there's what's happened to organic search. Google rolled out AI overviews, which now appear in more than half of all searches. You spent years building SEO. You rank number 1 for roof replacement in your city, and now Google answers that question at the top of the page before anyone even sees your link. The free traffic you spent years earning is evaporating, and the paid traffic is more expensive than it's ever been. Now, there's one important exception, and I want to be direct about it. Google Local Service ads are still one of the best channels for local contractors. LSA is a completely different product. Pay-per-lead, Google Verified Badge that tells homeowners that business passed background checks, licensing, and insurance verification, and it still sits at the very top of the search results above everything else. For emergency services, for anything where a homeowner needs someone right now, LSA and Google search still win. The intent is immediate. The need is urgent. Google Ads as a standalone growth channel, the economics has shifted enough that a lot of businesses are getting diminishing returns and don't realize it yet because they're looking at lead volume instead of a closed revenue. Here's the thing that you should really get your attention. You've been told that Google is where the serious buyers are, and that is true. It's also why every serious competitor is already there, outspending you. Google Ads right now is a red ocean. It's a real business strategy term. Red ocean means a market so crowded and so competitive that everyone is fighting over the same demand, driving costs up for everyone. The biggest budget wins, not the best product, not the best service, the deepest pockets, and the companies with the deepest pockets in your market right now are not mom and pop operations. They are PE-backed, professionally managed, and they have allocated serious capital specifically to dominate Google in your city. You can still compete there, but it costs more and it takes more, and their returns are compressing. Meanwhile, there's a platform where most of your competitors are not showing up with quality creative, with real offers, and with a real system behind it. And right now, that platform is still wide open. That's the opportunity. The clock on it is not unlimited. So what actually changed on Meta? Why is it working right now in a way it didn't work 5 years ago? Two things. First, the AI targeting got dramatically better. Running Facebook ads used to mean picking your audience manually. You selected homeowners, you picked income brackets, you targeted people interested in home improvement, and half the time, the algorithm ignored your settings anyway. That model is basically gone. Meta's system now analyzes the creative itself, the video, the images, the copy, and it figures out who the right audience is based on who actually engages with that content. You put a video of a roof transformation and Meta finds the homeowners in your market who are most likely to book a roof replacement. You show storm damage footage and it finds the people primed to respond. The creative is the targeting now, not your manual audience settings. That is a fundamental shift because it means the contractor with the best content and the best offer wins on Meta, not the contractor with the biggest budget. That is a completely different game than Google, and it's a game most contractors can actually win. Second thing, Meta's inventory exploded. Facebook, Instagram, Reels, WhatsApp, Threads, all under one ad system. Instagram Reels alone counts for more than half of the entire users spend on the platform. That is an enormous amount of attention the advertisers can reach from a single campaign. The result, cost per lead on Meta for home improvement categories is roughly what you're paying on Google. You can generate more conversations for the same budget. Now, here's where I want to be specific because this does not apply equally to every type of contractor. Meta is a discovery platform. It creates demand. It does not capture demand that already exists. Think about the difference between those two things. When someone's AC goes out at 10 p.m. in July, they're not scrolling Instagram to find an AC company. They're going to Google. They're calling out the first result they see. Price doesn't really matter as much. Speed is everything. That's demand capture. Google and LSA own that moment. Meta cannot compete with it, and it was never designed to. But that is not the only way people buy home services. Think about a homeowner who has been looking at their outdated kitchen for 2 years. No emergency, no crisis. They just know they want to do something about it eventually. They're not searching yet because they're not ready. But they're on Instagram every day, they're watching Reels, they're saving ideas, and when a video comes across their feed showing a before and after kitchen transformation in a house that looked a lot like theirs, same layout, same dated cabinets, they watch the whole thing. They click, they fill out a form. That is demand creation. That is what Meta does. Here's another one. A roofing company 3 months before a storm season. On Google, they're competing against every other roofer bidding on the same keywords. On Meta, they can start running content right now. Videos about what hail damage actually looks like. How to tell if your roof has 5 years left or 2. What insurance companies look for during a claim. That content builds a familiarity before a single storm rolls through. And when the storm hits and the homeowner needs a roofer, they're not going to a stranger. They're going to that company they've been watching for 3 months. That's a completely different competitive position than fighting over a Google click. Same principle applies to AC replacement, painting, siding, windows, bathroom remodels, consideration purchases where the decision takes days or weeks. The homeowner is gathering information, getting inspired, building trust before they ever pick up the phone. Meta is built exactly for that buying behavior. Now, here's a part most contractors skip, and that's the reason a lot of them don't try Meta and say it didn't work. Meta leads require a real follow-up system. This is not optional. When someone fills out a form on Facebook or Instagram, they are not in the same headspace headspace as someone who searched for roof replacement near me and clicked your ad. The Google searcher has urgency. The Meta lead has interest, and interest fades fast if you don't move. If you're not following up within the first 5 minutes, your chances of reaching that person drop by more than 80%. 5 minutes. Most contractors are calling Meta leads back the next day, sometimes 2 days later. And then they say Meta doesn't work. It's not Meta, it's the follow-up. You need a CRM. You need an automated text going out the second someone submits a form. A follow-up email right behind it. A human being calling within minutes, not hours. And if they don't answer, a sequence running for the next 7 to 14 days. When that system is in place, Meta leads close. The cost per acquisition drops well below what you're paying on Google. And if you're building brand equity in your market that compounds over time, without that system, Meta is an expensive experiment. With it, it becomes the most efficient growth channel most contractors have never really used. Here's the bottom line. Google has been king for 14 years. That changes in 2026. Not because Google stopped working, but because consumer attention shifted. And when attention shifts, the smart money shifts with it. The contractors who move now, who build their Meta presence, what's still a blue ocean, who develop strong creative and plug in a real follow-up system are going to be in a completely different position than the ones are still fighting over expensive Google clicks 2 years from now. The ones who wait are going to look up one day and realize their competitors own that space, and getting in late is always more expensive than getting in early. Every month you don't have this system running is pipeline you didn't build. Leads your competitors got instead of you. Revenue they didn't show up on your books. The opportunity is here right now. The question is whether you're going to take it. If you want to know exactly how to put this together for your specific business, what the right channel mix looks like, where your follow-up system needs, and how to build a predictable lead engine that doesn't depend entirely on Google, let's talk. Click the link below and book a free strategy call. We'll look at your current marketing, your numbers, and we'll give you a clear picture of where the opportunity is and what it would take to capture it. No pitch, just strategy. If this video opened your eyes to what's actually happening in the market right now, subscribe. There's a lot more coming. I'll see you in the next one.